talk about Lisa's new Liquid Lurex eyeshadows. Welcome back. I'm Makeup Maria from Miami. I'm so excited to provide first impressions of 3 of Lisa Eldridge's new Liquid Lurex eyeshadows. I also have 4 of her previous release that I'll be able to provide comparison swatches. Lisa Eldridge, if you don't know, is an uber popular makeup artist and makeup creator. She has a long list of accolades. She's inclusive, an artist. Her company is known for their superior customer service. The list goes on and on. I'm a longtime fan of Lisa's, and I have a Lisa Eldridge playlist that you can watch, and the link will be in the description box. Liquid Lurex eyeshadows are beautiful cream eyeshadows in unique, nuanced shades that give a multi-dimensional look on the eye and are truly a dream to apply. Pop on and blend out with your fingertips for the easiest eye embellishment of your life. This is truly your one-and-done eye look, minimum effort, maximum effect. Now available on her website are 6 stunning new shades of Liquid Lurex eyeshadow, as well as the 5 original favorites. The new shades are Zora, Anais, Emily, Maya, Daphne, and Iris. They will be joining the glittering lineup of Angelica, Bianca, Diana, Lauren, and Lisa, named after Studio 54 icons. Check out this video that I will link to where I reviewed Bianca, Diana, and Lauren, and my favorite, Lisa. So her collection is all named after inspirational and influential writers Lisa admires. From what I can tell, Maya is Maya Angelou, of course. Zora is Zora Neale Hurston. Emily, I'm not sure. It could be Emily Bronte, it could be Emily Dickinson. I haven't seen anything where she actually discusses which writers she's talking about. Daphne could be Daphne du Maurier. I'm not sure. If you know, if you have any idea, leave a comment below and let us all know. And then Iris could be Iris Murdoch, and Anais Nin was a writer that I found out. It has to be Anais Nin. There aren't that many Anaises, right? And she is a writer, and she was born in France to Cuban parents. Anais Nin is hailed by many critics as one of the finest writers of female erotica. She was one of the first women known to explore fully the realm of erotic writing, and certainly the first prominent woman in the modern West known to write erotica. So these are not just writers, these are badass women writers, which is a perfect segue to my pro-choice moment. Check the description box for information on protecting reproductive rights, including an article by Allure magazine that lists the beauty brands that have been vocally pro-choice and the ones that have remained silent. Back to eyeshadow. Lisa's products are cruelty-free, vegan, and free from parabens, talc, fragrance, nylon 12, D6, D5, and silicone. All ingredients are listed on her website. She calls these eyeshadows a mirror ball blend of multicolored pearls that dance across the lids. As I mentioned, I purchased 3 of the latest, and I have 4 that I already purchased that I will swatch for comparisons. I purchased Iris, which is she calls it a playful smoky amethyst with a subtle sheeny finish. And this is Iris. I purchased Daphne, which is the one I'm the most excited about. It's a blend of pink, spinel, green, and gold pearls give depth and dimension to this truly special chartreuse shade. And that's Daphne. And then I also purchased Maya. Maya contains a fireworks on the lid blend of super glittery pearls. Glittery pears. Is it pears or pearls? In hot electric pink and delicious apricot. And that's Maya. And so we're going to try out all 3. So starting with the lightest, I think I'm going to start with Daphne. And I'm going to, what I have on my lids right now is a little bit of eyeshadow and for contouring effects, and I also have some eyeliner and eyeshadow primer. But I used an eyeshadow primer that was more moisturizing, not too dry, because I didn't want it to, I think I have worn this before with a drier eyeshadow primer, but I didn't want to risk it, so let's let's see what happens. I can add a little bit more to the lid. You can build it up. Okay, so I wasn't happy with the way Daphne was showing up on my eyelid. I think that because I had the eyeshadow and the eyeshadow primer on and it had been a while, it wasn't working. So what I did was I took everything off with Bioderma, and I have nothing on my eyelids now, and I will do a truly one and done. I think that the last time I reviewed these, I put eyeshadow on afterwards, which is probably the way to go. And I don't think I did use an eyeshadow primer. So let's start over with Daphne. Okay, so the next one is going to be Maya. I'm a little nervous about this color just because I'm not really a fan of pinkies or red colors on my eyes. I'm always afraid it's going to make me look sick. But when my daughter and I were trying to figure out which colors to choose, we wanted the colors that had the most impact. Although I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get Anais just because of who she is. The fact that her parents were Cuban and that she was known for writing erotica. So that's very light. That's actually quite nice. I'm going to try building it up a little bit. You have a little bit of time, but I wouldn't say a whole lot to build it up. That's Maya. Okay, so the next is Iris. It's not a great application, I think, for me. May have to clean that up a little bit. So I wanted to give it another shot, so I took everything off. I put eye cream on. I put my eye primer on, which is the Anastasia, because that's what I typically do. And then we're going to reapply. We're going to put Daphne on the center of the lid and Iris on the outside. So let's see if this works. See, that works. I think that's going to work a lot better. Okay, so there is Iris on the center. Then we're going to put, Daphne on the center, and then we're going to put Iris on this part. Because typically that is how I use the darker colors. Okay, different finger. And blend it out with the finger that doesn't have any colors. Okay, so that actually makes a lot more sense. Cotton bud will help blend it out as well. Okay, now we're cooking with steam. Okay, so I replicated the same look on the other eye, and I think it's a lot better. My eyelids are a little sensitive, so it's a little blotchy, but definitely I know now that I need the primer and definitely a moisturized eyelid. Here are some swatches. We have on the top Iris, Maya, and Daphne. And now I know Daphne and Iris have some black pigment in there. So for me in particular, I need to lighten my eyelid before I add those, and be very sparing with the application, because otherwise it will get very dark and blotchy. So just for comparisons, this is Diana from her previous. I think we'll swatch that right next to Maya. It's a lot smoother, seems. And then I have Bianca, which I can put, I guess, it doesn't really look like, I'll put it on the other side here. Looks very light. Okay. And then we have Lauren, which doesn't look like any of them either, so I'll just put it right here underneath. Is here. It's Lauren. And then my favorite, which is Liza, we'll put, I guess, next to Iris. Here are my thoughts. Though these are marketed as one and done eyeshadows, I think that if you are like me and you have mature eyelids and there's some discoloration and you're used to using a primer to help lighten your eyelid before eyeshadow, that you definitely should do that before you add this eyeshadow, especially with Iris and Daphne. Surprisingly Daphne, because Daphne is very light, but there is some dark pigment that's mixed in, and there's some dark pigment, actually some black pigment. Got it. Some black pigment that's mixed in here. Maya, not so much. Maya's pretty much a pinky, peachy color, and I don't think, surprisingly, the one I was most worried about worked out just fine. So I think that they're worthwhile, but I think that I'm really kind of curious about the lighter colors now. I went with the ones with more impact. It's kind of a mixed bag. This is a first impression, and I will have to keep playing with them to see how I feel. I feel like these were a little bit more difficult than the first one, but again, I tried them out in a way that I probably shouldn't have. I think that I overall enjoyed the first release more than the second release, but maybe that's not fair because of the way I tried to apply it. We'll see. I'll let you know. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to wear sunscreen, and let's keep fighting for our reproductive rights. Peace.